Have you ever seen this happen? Your teenager seems totally fine all day at school, but the second they get home, they just completely fall apart? If that sounds familiar, you're in the right place. We're going to break down the surprising and, frankly, biological reason behind that classic after-school meltdown. Right? This is the million-dollar question. I mean, why does it happen the moment they see you? It feels personal, doesn't it? It can feel like it's aimed right at you. But what if it's not? What if there's something way deeper, something totally biological going on? Let's get into it.
You know the scene. The door opens, the backpack gets dropped with a thud, and suddenly that composed, capable student you sent off to school this morning is gone. And in their place is this emotional storm of grunts, sighs, maybe even full-blown tears. It feels like it comes out of absolutely nowhere.
So here it is. This is the big idea that changes everything. What you're seeing isn't a bad attitude. It's not a conscious choice to be difficult or disrespectful. It's a physiological process. It's their brain's neurobiology playing out in real time. Okay, so to really get why this collapse happens, we've got to rewind a bit. We have to look at what their day is actually like. For a teenager, the entire school day is basically one long performance. They are constantly on stage, and trust me, it is an exhausting, non-stop job. I mean, just imagine this internal monologue running on a loop in your head all day long. Think about the sheer amount of energy it takes to constantly police yourself like this. Every single interaction, every class, every moment in the hallway is being filtered through this intense need to avoid making a social mistake. And what does that performance actually look like? Well, it's a bunch of these really draining, invisible jobs. They're not just sitting there. They are actively managing impressions, trying to avoid embarrassment, reading super subtle social cues, and suppressing how they really feel. Each one of those tasks is like an app running in the background, just draining their battery bit by bit. So on the outside, they might look fine. They might even look like they're having a good day. But underneath that calm surface, a huge emotional load is building up. And this disconnect, this gap between what we see and what they feel, is really where the trouble starts. And here's that gap, laid out side by side. On the left is what you see, a kid who looks fine, just going through their day. But on the right is the reality of what they feel, this state of constant vigilance, always tracking for social risk, and all that stress just piling up. That gap, that's the breeding ground for the afternoon collapse. You can think of it like a computer with way too many programs running in the background. Their nervous system isn't in a full-blown fight or flight panic, but it's humming along in this low-grade state of alert. It's holding all that tension in, just waiting, waiting, waiting for the moment it can finally power down. And then they walk through your front door. This is the moment everything changes. And this is where the biology really just takes over. For their nervous system, coming home isn't just about changing locations. It's like flipping a massive switch from on-stage performance mode to off-stage safety mode. Okay, get ready for this, because this is just wild. Neuroscience shows us that a teenager's stress circuits, the parts of their brain that are all fired up, can calm down up to 5 times faster just by being physically near their secure attachment figure. And that's you. Your presence alone is a biological signal for safety. So what does that safety signal actually do inside their body? It sets off this literal chain reaction. First, levels of cortisol, that's the main stress hormone, start to drop. Then, the amygdala, which is kind of like the brain's smoke detector, starts to quiet down. And finally, their entire system gets the all-clear signal that it's okay to stand down. Survival mode is officially over.
And the moment that survival mode ends, whoosh, everything they've been holding in, all the frustration, the stress, the exhaustion, finally comes pouring out. This is where we have this incredible opportunity to completely reframe what that meltdown actually means. It's not an act of disrespect, it is an act of release.
Let this one really sink in for a second. This might be the single most important idea in this whole thing. The emotional storm isn't a reaction to you. It happens because of you. Your presence is what gives their brain permission to finally, safely let it all go.
I mean, think about it. They don't have this meltdown in front of a teacher who might judge them or their friends who might think they're weird. No, they save it. They hold it all in until they get to the one place their brain knows, on a deep, primal level, that they won't be abandoned for being a mess.
So it's really time to just throw out that old story and write a new one.
What we used to label as disrespect is actually a physiological surrender. What felt like defiance is, in reality, a profound sign of deep trust. And what we might have mistaken for manipulation is just their attachment system working exactly the way it's supposed to.
When you boil it all down, that's all this is. It isn't a tantrum. It's not a personal attack. It is, quite simply, a nervous system finally coming home. It's the body saying, okay, I'm safe now. I can let it all out. And this understanding really changes everything, doesn't it? It leaves us with a new, much more powerful question. If you are the safe harbor that allows the storm to even happen, then your role completely shifts. You're no longer the target of the storm, you're the anchor in it. So the real question becomes, now that you know this, how can you help them weather it?